Yo, what is good, y'all? It's Yab, and I'm back with another video, and in tonight's video, I'm just going to be doing a should you summon for the new 1000-year Blood War Zenith summons preeminence, which I didn't even read the name before. This is for Oetsu and Tenjiro. Before we get into the video, I mean, this is completely unrelated, but like I just woke up, bro, which is actually crazy. I have a terrible headache, so I shouldn't sound off this video, but if you hear me like sniffling or whatever, I just woke up. I'm still like resetting my brain, but that's besides the point. We are just gonna do a full banner breakdown on each character in this banner and tell you should you summon, who's worth going for, who's not, and yeah, let's just hop right into it. So main two prizes of this banner are, I was gonna say Tenjiro, but he's really not the prize of this banner. There's actually like two characters that I think you would care more about than Tenjiro, but he's the real prize of the banner. So breaking down Oetsu, in my opinion, is going to be the probably third best speed character in the game. I don't want to say he's better than Yachiru Unohana, because to be honest, I don't really think he is. He may be with the Killer Plus and everything. I don't know the damage calculation. I don't know everything. We kind of got to wait for him to come out first to see if he's better than her. But as of right now, I'd say that he's undeniably, in my opinion, top 3 speed. We are going to get into Oetsu. So he is a melee, of course. Shout out to Viper, by the way. I don't care that he just sent a co-op a notification. It was just funny. Shout out to Viper, bro. If you see this video, you're a real one. But melee strong attack. His EX move is the super strong attack. It's like kind of like a slash with his blade or whatever. It's pretty cool. It's nothing special, but he has no affiliation Killer Plus. His gauge effect gives him Frenzy +1, which when he's at full gauge can go all the way up to Frenzy +3. His gauge effect, he also has a Berserker of 100%, with his soul trait being damage to enemies not inflicted by an ailment +40. His skill is damage to enemies not inflicted by an ailment +100%, which can get all the way up to 240%. So this is actually a character who is built around not inflicting status ailments, which is pretty funny because when you look at most characters that come out nowadays, like Shinji, for example, who else? I believe that like Toshiro definitely inflicts status elements. I think Soifan may. It's just funny because most characters nowadays that we get are built around status elements. And it's just cool to have a unit where his whole thing is that he doesn't inflict ailments and his damage gets so boosted by that. He has bombardment +1 and poise break, of course, except in brave battles. Breaking down the character, this is more so just more information about him. As you can see, he is a strong attack character with a gauge effect. When triggered, it activates the skills Frenzy +1 and strong attack damage +100%. That means combined with his skill Frenzy +2, he can unleash, I'm pretty sure it gets up to Frenzy +3 and damage 240% for enemies not inflicted by ailments with his gauge at full effect. Very good. Yeah, as you can see, special move has greater potency thanks to the skills bombardment +1 and weakened defense. Yeah, being boosted 140%, this promises to deal devastating damage. He is an absolute threat. He's going to be amazing in melee, no affiliation, killer GQ, which I'm pretty sure Yuha is already in that. So he really didn't need to be a speed character, by the way. That's the one thing I was going to say. I kind of wish that he was mind or power, mostly mind, because everyone talks about power being ass, but in my humble opinion, mind is just as dog water. Like Ishin and Yua are really good, and they carry the attribute, but after them two, it kind of falls off. But power and mind are both equally kind of not great, but he's amazing. Top 3 in his attribute. His DPS is phenomenal. I mean, with a character like this, it doesn't really matter if he's not the best in his attribute because he's literally going to be able to clear every piece of content in the game besides his GQs that aren't for his killer. But for no affiliation GQ, melee, no affiliation GQ, I mean, I could just imagine that he's going to absolutely slice through it. The clear times that you're going to be able to get with this man, especially if you have him duped out. Most people have the speed move source, so if you, for some reason, go deep on him, or let's say you go on the banner, get 2 Oetsus, pull out, go on the individual, get another 2, use your move source on him, yeah, he's going to be disgusting. He is phenomenal. He is the prize of the banner, and just a disgustingly good unit. Like I said, he has Sprinter +2, Havoc, Marauder, even more innate skills that just make him a dog. He's phenomenal. He has the gauge Rampage. He's just great. His gauge is insane. Moving into Tenjiro. Now, when I was reacting last night, I didn't really read through Tenjiro all the way. And I said that he may be the best NAD in the game. He's not the best NAD in the game. And there's a reason why. I completely skipped over the fact that he only has Flurry +1, which is disgusting. I don't know why we're not getting Flurry +2 characters. Like, off rip. The fact that he only gets Flurry +2 and GQ is gross. If he actually had Flurry +2, he could be usable outside of GQs, which he still is. But they fucked him over. Like, especially because I get it, he's NAD and all, but it still sucks. Like, no EX, he's noticeably a downgrade from Oetsu. Like Oetsu is tons better than Tenjiro. But getting into Tenjiro, he is a ranged normal attack damage character with the Human Killer Plus. So for ranged Human Killer GQ, he is probably going to be the best character for that, best booster. He has the soul trait of normal attack damage +35, which you're probably not going to use him as a link, but it's good. I mean, he's going to be like the best normal attack damage link in the game for, I mean, Orihime, but you're not really running NAD links in PvP. It's more so DR. So, I mean, he could be a good link for your Aizen, your 1000 Blood War Tech Aizen. But it's just sad that, like, he's a GQ unit. But he has Sprinter +2, so he's really fast. Freeze duration of 100%, Sharpshooter. A Bruiser of 60%, Debilitator of 5 seconds. He has Team Party, Soul Reaper damage to status ailment and affected enemies +30. Enhancer, Healer, Booster, Medic, Poise. His killer effect is 30% +50 in GQ. His range damage goes up to +30 in GQ. And he gets Flurry +2 in GQ. There's really not much to say about him. He's a GQ unit. It sucks, especially because we got a 2-character banner with a GQ unit, and as excited as I was last night, still very excited for mainly Oetsu. I have kind of calmed down and went from the I'm going to go all in to more so I'm probably going to do 5 steps, see how I feel, and if I don't really get anybody good, probably just go to step 7 at the most, and then hop out, wait for Oetsu's individual, which we will get into their individuals in a second. Even though that's unrelated to this banner. I'd say their individuals are good. If you want Oetsu, I'd honestly do like 5 steps and then just summon on his individual if you don't get him. If you have all the fillers, then definitely just wait for his individual. Tenjiro, if you're summoning for him, I mean, like I said, it'll probably be the same thing. If you want Tenjiro for GQ, you could probably just go in on his individual, because Parasol Ruki is on there, who, not the best unit in the world, but she's still one of the better units for her attribute, and the fact that she's on the individual is pretty solid. But yeah, Tenjiro, GQ unit, nothing really much to get in here with him. He is an auto character for GQ. It kind of sucks. They shafted him, especially because 2-character banner, and we get 1 GQ unit. It sucks a little. It definitely sucks a little. But let's see. Okay, I was gonna say, can I not go back? But I'm gonna go back in, and now we are going to start going over the fillers real quick. Like I said, individual's pretty good. Don't care about these two. These two are good potion farmers. Phenomenal unit. And great. And then really good for GQ. Outside of that's, you know, kind of yikers. But yeah, just overall, sucks that it's a 2-character banner. But the fillers, we are about to get into the fillers, who are phenomenal. I cannot lie. We have a good majority of fillers. Excuse me, Jesus Christ, that happens in every single video. I'm sorry. When I talk for so long, yeah, I'm not even gonna comment on the burp. But yeah, we got Asnot, Quilge, Bambi, Ichigo, Ishin, Chojiro, and Senjumaru. So I may as well, let's hop over to BBS Simulator, and we are going to pull up Asnot. So sorry if my typing is a little off. My keyboard is like right in front of me. Okay, what is his name? I typed Asnot. I guess it's not right. Oh God, brothers, we are about to struggle here. All right, well, we're gonna scroll for quite a while to get to this Asnot. Oh, it's because the font. I hate that so much. I hate that. It is what it is. But getting into Asnot, he is a, what's it called? He is a Quincy Sternritter affiliation character with the no affiliation killer, soul trait of strong attack recharge time -14, yada yada yada. He is a ranged normal attack damage character. What? No, he is an SP ranged SP character. He is very good, I will say that. Let me get into his skills. He has damage to slowed enemies +40%, damage to weakened enemies +40%. He does have status ailments on his SA1, SA3, Soul Bomb, and normal attack. What's it called? On his just NAD string. He, what's it called? Here's his gotcha quote if you want to read all this. I'm not used to going over the characters on what's it called, on BBS Simulator, so that's why this may be a little scuffed. But he has a multi-barrier +2, frenzy +2, devastation 40%, debilitator of 5 seconds, havoc of 20%, sharpshooter, status element, spiritual pressure boost plus 80%. He's very good. He inflicts tons of status elements, and for a mid-month character, he was pretty solid. He is one of the better mind characters in the game, and if you don't have him, summoning on this banner, not with pulling him in mind, but if you pull him, phenomenal unit to pull, and he's just very, very good DPS. Like I said, he has no affiliation killer, so he has some pretty good, what's it called, some pretty good usage. He's just a very good DPS unit. Sorry, my brain just got fried there. But yeah, strong attack 1 is a, what's it called? It's a range collision. Status elements, he can inflict slow and weaken. That's exactly what we were looking at. SA2 is a vortex. I believe, I mean, it literally says vortex right here. This, he inflicts slow and weaken. So he inflicts slow and weaken on his SA1, SA3, soul bomb, and nad string. Just a very good DPS unit in this game. Now we are going to hop right back over, and we are going to hop into the next character on the banner, that being Quilgay. Now, Quilgay is truly the star of the show for the fillers, and especially over a character like Tenjiro. I would say that the main two characters on this banner that I'm personally pulling for are obviously Oetsu, and I'm pulling for Quilgay because I still don't have him. First of all, awesome unit. But second of all, he's just still one of the best heart characters in the game. I believe he is top 3 potentially. The lowest that he would be top 4. Off rip, I know he's not better than Trushika. I know he's not better than what's his face, Halify Toshiro, but he is still like one of the best in his attribute, and like a must-have unit to this day. Aged really well for a character that's came out a year ago. But he has the team party heart attribute, strong attack recharge time 20%, which let me go over his thing real quick. He's a Quincy affiliation character with Stern Ritter affiliation, of course. With the Arankar killer, he is a range character, of course. I didn't even really think I had to change that. Check that. I'm like 90% sure he's ranged. He should definitely be ranged. It literally says ranged right here on his normal attack. Wait, no. Melee. I'm a moron. He's a melee character. Just because it says ranged does not... Oh my god. If Asna is a melee character and I called him ranged, that is completely my fault. But yes, Quilgay is a melee character. I'm sorry. I'm still getting used to BBS Simulator for showing the characters off. But he has damage damage inflicted at full stand plus 20, damage to drained enemies plus 40, debilitator of 2 seconds, devastation, frenzy plus 2, havoc, poise, and the skill that makes him an absolute force to be reckoned with, and still one of the best units in the game to this day, is the rampage skill. Yeah, the rampage, dude, when he gets it full, like, he just, I've seen him, he deals so much damage. Such a good unit, man. This unit is an absolute must-have, and he can clear almost every content. I mean he can clear every content, especially like his GQ, but when I say almost every content, the only stuff I'm saying that he can't clear is like, he can't clear Limit Breaker if it isn't for him, obviously, since Limit Breaker is kind of pay to win now. And then he can't clear other GQs. But yeah, just an absolute dog. He inflicts drain on all of his strong attacks, and you know, on everything. He inflicts drain. He is just an absolute powerhouse of a unit, and that rampage skill helps him do tons and tons of damage. If you want to see how good this character is, just look up a showcase and watch him at T20, even 1.5. One of the better units in this game. This Quilgay is an absolute dog. Moving into our next unit, going over 2 units who are phenomenal. I mean, well, as not worse than Quilgay. Quilgay's phenomenal. We are moving into a unit who, for me personally, was a little disappointing when she came out, because of how hyped I was for her. Got her in 5 steps. I summoned and only wanted her because I didn't know how good Quilgay was at the time, because I was following the game but being more casual with it. She is sadly a GQ unit, and even then, she's not the craziest for GQ. Quincy Sternritter, of course, with the Captain Killer. She is a ranged Captain Killer. So for ranged Captain GQ, she is, I mean, that's really all you're going to use her in. Outside of GQ, Bambi's not great, I can't lie. She is pretty much made for Guild Quest. Bombardment +1, she inflicts burn on her strong attacks and everything. So, you know, good. It is a good thing she inflicts burn on her strong attacks. I don't know why they don't have all of her like strong attacks here. This is a little weird, but yeah, nah, she's not anything crazy. If you pull her, don't have her, that's good. I have her 1-5, and to be completely honest, I'm not really praying that I pull dupes of Bambi. Like, the only way that I'd be happy with pulling dupes of Bambi is if I got her 5-5, and I genuinely don't see that happening. But, like I said, bombardment +1, damage to burning enemies, +40%. She does inflict burn on all her strong attacks. Debilitator of 2 seconds, devastation of 60%, frenzy +2, increased status ailment chance against speed attribute enemies, sharpshooter, status ailment spiritual pressure boost, +80, and weakened defense. So, good unit, nothing special. She's not one of the best tech units in the game. She kind of got the short end of the stick when she came out by being a GQ unit, and yeah, not much to go in with Bambi. Very good for guild quests, but outside of it, you're not really going to see her. She has not aged particularly well. Even on launch, she wasn't anything crazy. But we are speaking of units who have aged very well, and honestly, like, one of the only units on this banner that I just don't want to pull, because I have him 5-5. If I didn't have him, I'd still want to pull him. An absolute force to this day, Concord 1000-Year Blood War Ichigo. Now, I'm the only one who's going to say this, and it's selfish thinking because I have him 5-5. But I wish that we got Chad on the banner, man. If we got Chad, my Chad's 3-5. If I got a 5-5 Chad, bro, I'd be unkillable in PvP. But he's a phenomenal unit. He is a melee character. I know that for sure. Melee does not inflict any status elements. He is pretty much, I saw a person in my Discord say this, Oetsu is kind of like Concord Ichigo, but on absolute steroids, because this unit was built around not inflicting ailments, and I mean, to this day, he's phenomenal. He is a Soul Reaper character with a Rankar and no affiliation killer, so dual killer makes him an absolute threat, and when he came out, he was the best in his attribute in the game. But bruiser of 40%, damage to enemies not inflicted by ailments, +100, kind of like the Oetsu. Devastation of 60%, frenzy +2. Havoc of 20%, hit enemies, plus Pierce Iron Skin, which is really good. Marauder, the shared complete status immunity, which is also great. And Sprinter +2. Not much to really get into with this Ichigo. He's still a phenomenal DPS unit to this day. And for a unit who came out 2 years ago, he has aged quite well. Yeah, just a great unit to this day, honestly. And one of the better characters in this banner, honestly. I would say, I want to go out on a whim here and say that he's better than Bambi, but I can't, like, completely vouch for that. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say that he's 1000% better than Bambi, but in my humble opinion, I believe that he is, and he's just got more utility, especially with the dual killers. Still a great unit to this day. Now, we're done with the good fillers. We're going to move into our very underwhelming fillers. Ishin Shiba, the original one, not the mine one, outdated. There's nothing much you can say about it. I mean, he is at least a booster for speed attribute captains and their strong attack damage, so let's say you're running, I don't know, you're doing a showcase on, I don't know, like a Yachiru and Ahana. He's a good booster for her, but other than that, just super outdated. He inflicts burn on all of his strong attacks. Berserker 20%. As you can see, not a whole lot of skills, just some very, I did not mean to do that. I'm so sorry. Oh my god, that was dumb. I did not mean to do that at all. I shouldn't have even done that in the first place. But yeah, let's not say we searched up 13 for. It just took me to the BBS subreddit, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, just outdated unit. Very outdated, but when he gets resurrected, he may pick up some decent skills, and he may become a decent Link. It's nothing with this Ishin. Not even resurrectable right now. He is probably the second character on this banner that I don't want to see at all. Not very good, outdated, and not even resurrectable yet. But when he gets resurrected, has chance to be solid, and yeah, just not the worst thing in the world. Who would I have rather seen as filler? Definitely would have rather seen, what's his face? I would have much rather seen Power Rukia or Mind 10 years later Ichigo, but I get it. We got 4 good fillers, so beggars can't be choosers. And yeah, moving on to our next filler, we have 1000 Blood War Chojiro, another character who is still not resurrectable yet, but we should be getting round 12 resurrections very soon. I'm waiting on them because I have Izuru, my Yama's 3-5, and I want to get him 5-5 because I have every 1000-year Blood Warrior Yamamoto max transcended besides for him. So I just need for him to get resurrected, and then we can have that done. Just another outdated unit, not even close to as good as Ishin. He's just super duper outdated. He at least inflicts paralysis, but yeah. Damage to paralyzed enemies plus 20, Berserker. I don't really foresee him being great even when he gets resurrected. This is more so just a unit where if you don't have him, it's orbs. And for me personally, I don't have him. So I'm hoping to get one copy of him for the orbs, wait for his resurrection, and then, you know, just kind of skedaddle. I don't want to pull another Tenjiro after I pull my first copy. Not much to say with this unit. And moving into our last filler, we have Senjumaru Shutara, the original one. Whereas, first of all, man, manga design's clear anime. I'm sorry. Just my opinion. If you disagree, perfectly fine. But, yeah, in my humble opinion, like, look at her, bro. She is so cool in-game. I love this unit. But, she is the only one on the banner who is resurrected. She inflicts lacerate on her strong attacks. But she's the only one who is resurrected. And even her resurrection didn't really save her. She doesn't have a good second soul trait either. She's, you know, not going to be a good link. I want to pull her because Senjumaru, favorite squad 0. To this day, still don't have her. It's 200 orbs. Same with Tenjiro. Kind of want to get one copy and get out. Now, if I pull 3 copies of her, which I don't want, but if I do in Max Transcender, then I'm not crying about it. But, yeah, K-Lab, I'd prefer to get one of her and kind of hop out. But, yeah, just overall outdated. Don't even really have a good second soul trait, so she's not special as a link. Berserker of 30%, Bruiser 20%, Frenzy +1, Sprinter +1, Multi-Barrier, increased status ailment chance against Mind Attribute Arankars. I should have gone over that she has the Arankar killer. She's just very The last 3 fillers on this banner are nothing special, and yeah, they're really not who you want to pull. But her and Tenjiro want to pull them once and then dip because it's 325 orbs total. Once Tenjiro gets resurrected, that's 400 in order orbs for me. Lol. 400 orbs for me. Gosh, I can't speak right now. But yeah, some decent value out of her for me, and I really want her because I love her design, love her, and I just love Senjumaru in general. But overall, it is a good banner. Would I say should you summon? Last night, I probably would have said yes. It depends. There's so many circumstances that go into should you summon. Do you have Asnot, Quilge, Bambi, and Ichigo? If the answer is, well, I have Asnot, Bambi, Ichigo, but I don't have Quilge, and I really want Oetsu, I'd say the value's there to go 5 steps if you have the orbs. Now, if you have all the fillers and you really just want Oetsu, I would skip summon on his individual. If you want Tenjiro, and you have all the fillers, I would just skip and summon on his individual. If you have Tenjiro, or want Tenjiro, but you don't have, like, Quilge or whatever, same thing, do 5 steps. Now, if you're missing, like, these main 4 fillers, and you really want Oetsu, that's when I'd say go 10 steps. I probably would not recommend to go 10 steps, more than 10 steps on this banner, just because it is a 2-character banner, A, and B, because it's a 1-character banner, as in, you know, he's the only one you're really going to want to pull. If you're pulling for DPS, if you're pulling for who's the best, I would say do 5 steps, see how they go. If you're missing some fillers, you get your fillers, you can pull out, pause, and then summon on Oetsu's individual. But yeah, I really wouldn't recommend going more than 10 steps. So, the question, should you summon? Yes, if you want them. If not, you can definitely skip this banner and not be hurting from it. Me personally, I'm going to do 5 steps, see where I stand. If I get a little shafted, I'm probably just going to pull out, pause again, and wait for Oetsu's individual. And yeah, overall, very good banner. Little underwhelming, it's a 2-character. If we got an Askin, that would have been awesome. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one.